Okay, Canadian clown world. This is going to be
Senator
a short
Simons.
stream, but
Senator
we'll take a look at some
Simons.
clips. First one is from X here. Pretty much all these are going to be from X, maybe one from Instagram. Mark Nixon says a Trudeau appointed senator wants the government to ban X, move communications to Blue Sky and Mastodon. Let's take a look. And she's also wearing a mask, a medical mask in 2026.
Senator Simons.
Thank you very much. My question is for
Senator Simons.
Thank you very much. My question is for the government representative. Last week, the province of New Brunswick announced it would no longer use X, the social media platform formerly known as Twitter, for any official government communications, citing concerns over harmful content and inadequate safeguards. The city of Fredericton has also stopped using X after a city survey showed that fewer and fewer residents were still on the platform. When will the Canadian government follow New Brunswick's lead and stop relying on X for official communications with Canadians?
Senator
Such a crazy question.
I'm sorry.
This part is pretty funny. He can't even, well, you'll see.
I don't think that I get your question properly, and I didn't wear my earpiece. So I'd like to answer your question, but unfortunately, I did not understand that properly.
Maybe take the mask off?
Senator Simons. Could you repeat your question?
Oui, je peux poser des questions en français si vous voulez, mais
I can ask the question in English, but it's easier for me in English.
last week, the province of New Brunswick announced it would no longer use X, the social media platform formerly known as Twitter, for any official government communications, citing concerns over harmful content and inadequate safeguards in the wake of the Grok scandal. The city of
Why are you wearing a medical mask?
Fredericton has also stopped using X after their survey found that fewer and
Hey, it's good. How are you doing, Seth?
fewer citizens were using the platform. When will the
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Sometimes these X videos.
Canadian government
Is that
follow
better?
New Brunswick's lead and stop relying on X for official communications with Canadians?
Senator Moreau.
I got it now. Well, I have no information whatsoever on whether or not the government will continue or not to use the platform, but I will bring your concern at the ops, and I will get back to you with an answer. But at this time, I have no specific information concerning a decision that have been made concerning that issue.
Senator Simons.
The Supreme Court of Canada.
That's so crazy, man. What she wants the federal government to move off of X, run over to the echo chamber. I don't even know what Blue Sky is. I went to it. I think I know what it is, but I went to it once. It didn't look good at all. It didn't look like anyone even used it.
Stopped using X a year ago this month, well before the Grok AI program turned the platform into the world's largest engine for creating deep fake, non-consensual nude images of women and girls. Given the declining number of Canadians using X.
What does that mean? Declining number of Canadians using X? Everybody uses X still.
Declining number of Canadians using X.
Where's your stats for that?
Because many have quit for reasons of moral revulsion.
Okay, you're obviously just putting on your own crazy politics onto this. Moral revulsion.
Many have quit for reasons of moral revulsion. Will the government consider embracing new social media platforms such as Mastodon and Blue Sky instead?
That's so crazy, man. Why? The echo chamber. You already have CBC and CTV and all the other ones. Global, City News.
Senator Moreau.
Oh, I would give you the same answer, Senator Simons. I will raise the issue and I will provide you with an answer if there's any decision that have been made concerning that. That's
so crazy, man. Holy. And then I think if you go to this, yeah, it says here, there's like a little, I don't know if this is a community note or whatever, but far less people use Blue Sky and Mastodon compared to X. But this Trudeau appointed senator in her mask wants the government to only communicate through her favored left-wing echo chamber. Totally. I don't know if that was made by AI, but that is hilarious. That's not about Canada. I'll play this one here. I got maybe 5-6 more clips to go. The stream might be 20 minutes total, I would guess. It won't be too long, but this is pretty funny. This is Scott Galloway, relatively popular, I guess, American commentator. Mark Carney also has appeared on his show.
Prime Minister Carney has pushed back and said this might be bad for us in the short term, but Canada's not going to be bullied. I think he's probably seen as the leader of Europe right now, despite the fact that he's in Canada. Talk about an impressive guy, PhD in economics, first foreign-born head of the Bank of England. Meanwhile, we have Donald Trump, Ford him for 2 years, and then his dad got
Gangster, Trump the gangster.
him into Wharton and won't release his grades. I wonder what those are like. Here's a fun fact. The Canadian-U.S. border is the largest undefended border in the world. It's forest in most places. Just walk across it. Why? Because we trust each other. We haven't had to militarize it. Do you know how much money places like India and Pakistan spend on their border? Or let's talk about North and South Korea. That's basically got a full-time army separating those two places. Canada fucked up. It trusted us, and 75% of its exports come into the U.S. And I think that essentially Trump said, oh, we have leverage. Maybe they're our friends, but we have real power, and I can bully them and push them around. And they kind of have to take whatever tariffs we send to them. His views on trade are just batshit crazy.
Man, that's crazy. I don't even know if this guy's left or right, but to me, that whole take just represents the New World Order establishment garbage. Here's Viva Fry, who's a Canadian, but he lives in Miami. I don't know where the hell he lives. He lives somewhere in America now, but he's talking about that school shooter a little bit here, plus just transgenderism.
Yeah, President Trump's administration is working against this new wave of transitioning children, and we've also seen efforts against some of the hospital systems that do these type of really bizarre surgeries. Is Canada worse than that, better than that? How does Canada think about these types of transitions and what they do to people's mental health?
Canada is codified as a hate crime, transphobia. Canada has made it illegal for psychiatrists and counselors to treat these patients. You can no longer correct, and you can no longer treat. You can only affirm. And you're affirming mental illness. This is exactly what's going to happen. Canada is on a highway to hell, and Trump and his administration is in the right direction. But in Canada, it's institutionalized madness. When you have these RCMP officers coming out and giving land acknowledgements before reporting on 2 missing children, and now you have them coming out and saying, we're going to refer to the mass murderer now deceased by their chosen pronouns because we now somehow want to be respectful to the dead murderer. It's insanity, but it's institutionalized insanity.
He's so right. Viva is great. I think he mostly covers American politics these days, but I wish he covered Canadian politics more because he's very smart. If you're not, I'm pretty sure most people know who this is, but Viva Fry, he's over on Rumble, I think, quite a bit as well. This one's pretty weird. Mark Miller, I am deeply disturbed. He's Minister of Canadian Identity and Culture. Deeply disturbed by the reports of an individual targeting a downtown Montreal mosque. No one should feel unsafe at their place of worship. My heart is with our Muslim neighbors today. You'll see what happened. We must continue to stand against all forms of hate and Islamophobia. And then this is whatever this is, NCCM. It's like a person basically taking a pee near the mosque. What, are people supposed to be outraged by this? We're deeply concerned by an incident that took place. Like, nobody actually cares. Sorry. And if you're like, whatever, it's not nice to do this, but this isn't worth a minister in Canada posting this. It's not great. Yes, if you're like the local security, take him and do something, like tell him not to or give him a fine or something. But is this worth bringing up by that person? I definitely don't think so. This is from Zachary Tisdale. Apparently a hamburger and fries combo is now $20 in Canada. There's another YouTube channel, I don't know if you've seen it, called Matt Cart, who does a lot of videos I've seen just on basically the financial dystopian place that's become Canada, which is very sad. I don't know if you're familiar with that channel, Matt Cart. I've seen some of his stuff lately. This video here, I do not know if it's new or old, but it was posted today by Megan Murphy, who is also, her bio is just blame Canada, but I don't actually know exactly what she does. I think she was on Joe Rogan's podcast, though. And maybe she's like a writer or something.
Large American online platforms have become seas of racism, misogyny, anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, and hate in all its forms. And they're being used by criminals to harm our children. My government will act. And today we're announcing our plan to fight crime, to protect Canadians, and to build communities that are safe, secure, and strong. A plan to make Canada secure, to make Canada strong. Large
Why is like when
fight
they
crime,
say
to protect Canadians, and to build community forms. And they're being used by criminals to harm ease of racism, misogyny, anti-Semitism, Islamophobia.
Look, when in Canada did it become so common to go anti-Semitism and Islamophobia? I don't remember that at all being brought up in my entire life, but now in maybe the last 4 years, I keep hearing about anti-Semitism and Islamophobia, like not even in real life though, it's all online. But anyway, welcome to the insane country. I don't even know when this is from. Ontario resident who wants both a V and a P wins public funding for unique surgery. I mean, I don't know. I guess this was true. Like, is this true? I think I did remember hearing about this, but maybe I should have. Anyway, whatever. Okay, this guy, this is crazy. Have you seen this post? Gurdeep Pander of the Yukon. A wave of sorrow. This is from, 2 days ago. A wave of sorrow ripples through Canada, both in news and on dinner tables. Hearts are heavy, blah, 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 blah. So he's trying to sell his magazine, I guess, on the sadness that's happening right now in Canada. I mean, this is so ridiculous. This is such a bad dance. Wearing every color in the rainbow, doing this crazy dance in the snow, trying to sell his magazine. I mean, this is very shameless. Holy. My post isn't about one happening. I don't even know. This is even English? Seen and unseen, told and untold. Jeez, bro. I think I'm going to cover this, although, yeah, I'll cover that maybe another time just because I don't really need to get into that story. Okay, here's Mark. It's the same stuff that's been happening. Anyway, we'll play this video here again. Mark Miller. I don't think this is new, but I don't think it's old. Maybe it's, I mean, this tweet is from February 9. I don't know when the video clip is from, but I don't think it's that old of a clip, but we'll take a look.
But why should one minister, individual minister, be allowed to bypass 150 years of Canadian law and exempt a person or company of their choosing?
Look, that may be your view, but I don't.
Is there good financial news in USA right now?
Think that is what's happening.
Well, that's how it's written.
It doesn't say people are being exempted from 150 years of law.
It says from any federal law except the criminal code.
Right. There's no mention of years or.
It's any federal law except for the so it's any federal law that has been passed over the last 150 years.
Right. I'm not going to parse this out with you.
I definitely think the government might do this. Go over to Blue Sky. That'd be crazy.
So just to be clear, you don't need it to do your job, but you want to keep it nonetheless.
I think it's helpful to have.
Do you see the potential of abuse, though, in that companies or people will have to lobby you personally and not care about the law itself?
No one's asked me to overturn any laws.
You would have the ability to.
In some context, perhaps, but again, this is something that would have to be used very judiciously.
How could you possibly think that this would not undermine the trust in our democracy then?
I think Canadians expect us to act reasonably. I think
like a GDP or low inflation, or what is it? The hot stock market?
Canadians expect us to be judicious in our decision making. Passing a law like C-15, which all members will have the opportunity to vote on, is something that is inherently accountable in and of itself.
Well, it has this particular clause that is very problematic. It is all over the news. I have a letter with 43 organizations asking for you to strike it because of the potential of abuse, but you still want to keep it.
I think I've answered that question about 3 times now.
I just don't find it reasonable for you to have the powers of a king, essentially.
Certainly don't have the powers of a king.
If you are allowed to exempt any entity from any federal law, it is like the powers of a king.
Is that a statement or a question?
Well, it's a fact.
Thank you, Ms. Kobina. That concludes the time for this.
Bro.
But why?
Oh my gosh, that guy's such a squirrely guy. Mark Miller, whatever his name is. Yeah, no, Mark Miller is crazy. He just looks like, oh God. Anyway, I don't know what this was. This is from a little while ago.
Deceased gun person.
Okay.
Includes the deceased gun person.
Okay, and then we'll go to this one more time.
Well, first off, thank you for your question. We're not hiding it. In fact, you're the first media to ask the question. I will say this. We identified the suspect as they chose to be identified in public and in social media. I can say that Jesse was born as a biological male who approximately, the information that I have, approximately 6 years ago began to transition to female and identified as female, both socially and...
Okay, final one here. Have you seen this person? I mean, this is a pretty dark story, so I'm not going to get into like the real specifics of it, but I mean, a little bit, but I'm not going to, anyway, blah, blah, blah. This person is apparently not in prison right now. And I got a little short Instagram video I'll play, but they stabbed 2 children in the neck not that long ago. And I'm pretty sure that they are just driving their van around Alberta and British Columbia right now. This is how, like, this person would get 5 million years in America, which they should. But they're just like this nutso person that I don't even want to play the video because their voice is so gross, it just bothers me. But this person apparently is just not in prison right now. We'll go to Berta Proud Dad here.
Who lives in a minivan and
hold on, I gotta maybe just do a refresh. Yeah, here we go. Okay.
Unstable person who lives in a minivan and I need a full psychiatric assessment.
Now watch this.
Person from Grand Prairie is facing charges after 2 children were stabbed. Police say a 7 and 8-year-old were found with knife wounds in Grand Prairie last week. The child with more severe injuries was taken to the Stollery Children's Hospital. RCMP say Alice Michael Joseph Atwood has been charged with aggravated assault. Police are not disclosing Atwood's relationship to the children to protect their identity.
Now I'm going to show you the full unhinged video and then react to it.
I think it's wild that people are like, we're going to find you and we're going to get you. I'm like, yo, I am a mentally unstable person who lives.
So how is that person not in prison? Like, this is a crazy country, man. Anyway, I'll finish the video there, but thank you very much for watching. I may make one more video tonight. We will see. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please like, please subscribe. Have a great day. Thank you everyone for chatting. Sorry, I didn't want to go through the chat. Yeah, inflation's a little lower. Actually, I'll quickly do the chats, but some I kind of did there. I'm not 100. The reason I'm not, Dan, is because I don't know if it's actually the person's van. Like, it probably is, but I don't want to. But yeah, sometimes these streams I'll just do a little shorter so I can kind of turn them into a YouTube video. But okay, the jobs number, that's good. That's good. Yeah. America's, oh man, the world is so lucky that America still gives a crap about like meritocracy and capitalism and all that stuff. They're not just pursuing all these wild agendas like seemingly every other Western country for the most part. Watch CNN or CBC or else some old Yeah, I watch CNN sometimes. Okay, anyway, thank you very much, everybody. Have a great night. See you later.